Nyankopɔn ti asefo asedanfo adaba Yesu so nka odi. Sɛ ɔkɔsoa ho akɔ amɔbɔ na ɔdom nsɛm a mene adɔfo bɛti. Kɔsoa aka me na ɔma ɔdɔfo ɛmmɔ me ho ban na wɔn a wɔtie so. Wobɛma wɔn ti aseɛ wɔ adaba Yesu do mu. Adɔfo no yɛda wɔ Nyankopɔn ase. Yɛbɛtoa Daniel eti edu baako no. This year verse 16. Nti sɛnɛ na yɛhwɛ every verse 5 ɛreba no. This is every verse 5 ɛreba no. Verse 5 no man yɛ akɔsɛm a yɛ 508 to 538. Yɛbrɛ tumi ahene mmiɛnsa ase apɛpɛsi bi di adeɛ. Ɛna every 538 ɛreba no ehu apam a pɛpɛsi ɛne France yɛyɛ na wɔsɛ ebusu Treaty of Tolentino. Ɛwɔ 1977. Enti ɛno na ɛma anafo fam hene no bɛto hyɛ tie fam hene so wɔ 1798. Efiri ɔba no yɛhunu Nyankopɔn adwuma a yɛyɛ bɛsi 1844. He said that Ptolemy Egypt ɛkɔfa Missouri abosom no nyinaa na wo friend benefactor ano na ɛde omu bosom asa bɛfie bi. Ɛno akyi na tie fam hene ne ma no di ako. Yɛhu sɛ ɛno ne abakɔsɛm a wɔ 1989 Reagan ɛna hyɛ aseɛ ɛna Bush ɛbɛwieɛ. Bush the first. And watching you say, and I hope I'm using the prayer. And I also know the woman Russia Ukraine war. I ceasefire across Russia, including Diano. If you are, you say Russia, a man was so anyway, you know, Panion video. US against Russia. That's how Okunwi ended the Third World War ever. The Third World War ever. That's how Okunwi mono. And now verse 14, Daniel 11:14, World War 3. Daniel 11:14. I may who say, and no more, and I this Sunday love about verse 16. And ye become. I answer you who say, a midnight cry, Emma Yankopon crow for Monsieur D. and Commissioner. And as we be obey Odo over down and tears and Commissioner this year. O come who be. And no see that she says, Ibrahim and Sissy, I was Sissy, said a bear or the Sophie team when you beat me in sooner Sunday law, you beat me again. Yes, and the super. 84 verse 16, Daniel 11 verse 16. Daniel, it's here a year Dubaco. Ninchimo you do see or say. Na the oba ne so no be de ope na obiara ni ho a obegina nanim na obegina asase fefe no so na ode ne nsa asɛe no tini pa Commission de obi won verse 16 say de oba ne so no be de ope na obi antimi nyina nanim no oba begina asase fefe no glorious land. No, the inside they say glorious land. Yaba be saa abakosam hunam fam no. Die kire na fe nkom hye di fiafo ye de yahunu ye brain so di gina ho. Na me can fi Smith Daniel Revelation next year. We pay 259. Or say, although Egypt could not stand before Antiochus, the king of the north, Antiochus could not stand before the Romans. Yetieni Panium tokwano na na ekoso hano. Na ya Antiochus Panium. Ahaya Raffia. I Jinama borderline. And I have Panium. Jahane, where beginning of Cold War. And I will be ending of Cold War. Okay. Eti Panium talk on a course or Honan family or about Trusem and Comshe memo dinkai. I kind of first application and as a primarily understanding. Antiochus any could be museum soon coming. ATFM him could be and I for from him soon coming. Inti or say, a woman say museum and me and Gina Antiochus and Never so say Antiochus is went me and Gina Roman for any. My say Panium talk on a draw on actors, different actors by. I may a chief from near an aphobium. You may be a chief from near an afford Ninko for our Roman phone in our account. And it was you might chat for Beba, I'm an Israeli at him. Who now came against him? Is a brand Antiochus D. Egypt is soon criminal. Roman phone will fool you no more call Antiochus so good D. Is soon criminal. And the Bema aha, Sactus with verse 16. And the Bema Honam Femono Roman and he in the Besha say a team from him. And 1798, and our poor family in France, better share a team from him Roman, a pope, some spiritual Roman empire. I am going. And I see Rome every day, a team from him in soon cunning. And I know, since I had a team from him, the subject and also the soldier for a United States. And then man, and I have Roman for Nangasa, I will take you over of a team from him. And I did not United States active or active, or synonym, but I had the Roman for now a fat and Hippomadi. 80. No kingdoms were longer able to resist this rising power until a hini bien who be one. Or Timothy Rome so Canadian. Syria was conquered, Umudi Syria so, and added to the Roman Empire and American Roma he when Pompey, BC 65, deprived Antiochus Asiaticus of his possessions and reduced Syria to the Roman province. And in verse 16 is about Pompey, honoring the first king of Roman Empire. On about to share Antiochus and or the Assyria in the can. The same power was also to stand in the Holy Land and was this to me now original as if a so and consume it no saying. Rome became connected with the people of God, the Jewish, by alliance BC 162, and also Roman for Omudium Kofra Jew for a Yankopon for and Umuyapan, from which date it holds a prominent place in the prophetic calendar. Omudi A bra was shot as in the home, a Fred you for no, and come share Emre and Siciano. No, it did not, however, acquire the jurisdiction over Judah by actual conquest till BC 63, and then in the following manner. And the 162, and only Jew for a pam. Sabrin Jew for no. Now, to me, I share Roman for us, say Roman for more mobile. He said, a museum for us to do share Roman for us, say, a prefer is above fra no. Or more no home by a man. Sana Jew for us, and Jew for a medium share Roman, say Roman for more mobile no ye. Image of the beast. No matter I said the honey a day, a zero because Yankopon call for. Now, medium won't from my sin. I hear and so. And was say 162 no more years added by 63 and a Roman a deal almost so. I bet to share almost a deal almost so. I pay 9 years adding. Uriah Smith, Daniel Origin 259, paragraph 2 was say, on Pompey's return from his expedition against Mithridates, king of Pontus, two competitors, Hyrcanus and Aristobulus, were struggling for the crown of Judea. Or say, a brother Pompey, no deacon or Mithridates. Now, I feel or say Judah. For Omanga said to a monk, the Kuba from Hyrcanus and the Kuba Aristobulus. The cause came before Pompey, and as asked about Pompey, who soon perceived the injustice of the claims of Aristobulus, but wished to defer decision in the matter till after his long desired expedition into Arabia, promising then to return and settle their affairs as should seem just and proper. As some about Pompey and not Pompey say, Omunya wotre, Okodia Kumbi, Ewa Arabia, Uyo Bebaho. Aristobulus, fathoming Pompey's real sentiments, has hastened back to Judea, armed his subjects, and prepared for a vigorous defense, determined at all hazards to keep the crown, which he foresaw would be adjudicated to another. And Aristobulus, who said Pompey could ya Conwaban, who said, if you betche, in any of Fasaka and Subayana and Sen of the fat Judea and Hinina Etisu. Pompey closely followed the fugitive as he approached Jerusalem. Aristobulus, beginning to repent of his course, came out to meet him and endeavored to accommodate matters by promising entire submission and large sums of money. And Pompey so ehusano odin intente. And he also odin intente go to Jerusalem. Also husano and osani Obani Pompey a Roman hineno abaye asumbiapam na watua to kese so kra aman. Pompey accepting this offer sent Gabinius at the head of a detachment of soldiers to receive the money, and the Pompey and she any tomb and Osman is here mini here friend Gabinius. So on. But when that lieutenant general arrived at Jerusalem, he found the gate shut against him and was told from the top of the walls that the city would not stand to the agreement. And the Pompey see a name winning. So call Aquajino do Jerusalem, what to Jerusalem upon the Tiam say, oh, money room. Nasa, Sicana or Castle Aristobulus Castle Vitiano, or Bois, Nadia, yes, or Bompunado Penetria. Page 260, Daniel Revelation, you are Smith Jena, paragraph 1. Having put an end to the war, Pompey demolished the walls of Jerusalem, transferred several cities into the jurisdiction of Judea to that of Syria, and imposed tribute on the Jewish. Thus, for the first time was Jerusalem placed by conquest in the hands of that power, which was to hold a glorious land in its iron grasp till it had utterly consumed it. ɛna Pompey bufu yɛ free Arabia kumu bae no ɛna be to share Jerusalem obe dwere first no obe to share Jerusalem so no ti ɔmo so nkunu ɛna ɔsa de to ɔmo so ɔmo ntua enti saa brɛ no na sɛne verse 16 ka sɛ ɔde ne ɔbɛba asase fɛfɛ ne so no de ne sa betia so na sɛ no yɛhyɛ ne so paa. The siege of Jerusalem 63 BC occurred during Pompey the Great's campaigns in the east, shortly after his successful confusion of the Third Mithridatic War. Enti Pompey ansana obedi Judah sunkunim na one epuye entokwa bi aya Arabia no na wakwa sa ntokwa na ba na obedi Judah so enti Pompey had been asked to intervene. Okay, enti yenhye so okwa Wikipedia and now o search Battle of Panioma. Wikipedia they are saying we super salmon say Pompey had been asked to intervene in an intestine war between Hyrcanus II and Aristobulus II for the throne of the Hasmonean kingdom. His conquest of Jerusalem, however, spelled the end of Jewish independence and the incorporation of Judea becomes Roman Republic's client kingdom. And they all kind of say, a brand Jew for an ankasa no muchum Usia Hasmonean kingdom no. And no money benya Maccabees, a Busia, Herod, a free year. Yes, to buy an Herod and then did Judea son, but no much Roman for us. Hasmonean kingdom no. It's our story no. They buy no. Yes, and so. Eti omo atwa mo akose mo pa Judea disu no. Judea fo na ankasa busua fo mienu. Herod abusua ene abusua baako. No mo probi e pre ahini na di. Na afei baako pa se obe fa echi no ni Roman abedim kasesi na ja wo sika. Afei Roman fo duru ha o manfa o matopum matia o mo no manfa sika na ama o mo no. Ene ma Pompey bufu ye no koto share Jew for so. Ene of fa Jew for ahini no. Edi so. Enti ono ana yi abusua baako so omunni Jew for so eye Herod abusua no. Enti Herod now di hinema Rome. Yansha no so pa, but no ye Jew ni. Na so no di hinema Rome. Ansa na amrado Pilato a ono so eye Rome sia na munia. Jesus Christ time once in manike. Enti the mass anyoma no kosi ai. Sa ba ko we ya verse 16. Enti no say ordinary sabbath ba asase fefe ne so na wasɛ no. Enti sa ba ko sem na kire sɛ die kire ne sɛ asase fefe United States. Enti the be ma ordinary sabbath ba asase fefe ne so no asɛ no ye National Sunday Law be hye no United States. And I say National Sunday Law Donald Trump and come share kire sɛ the dia Panium tokwa no on the debe so no wadi Russia so na afi wa be Sunday Law and yanom the ekoso wo Donald Trump amamu no ipie ni wa enchire san komhye we sene esi pentem se bebem. In Daniel 11 verse 16 National Sunday Law I be close the probation of 7-day Adventists because abakwa me chire say Roman to share Jerusalem edi Jew for and Jew Hebrews SC. Until we mark the shadow for 7-day Adventists. And the Daniel 11:16 the channel. Yes, channel so far. And come share it. Send a million can because Daniel 11:40 to 45. And there's a for every Daniel 11 verse 1 to 39. It's a 1 to 40 to 45. And I say, I bet the pass say the HE no over Tiasi. Mami Kinka be free testimonies volume 5, page 712. As our Christian service 160, paragraph 3. When our nation shall so abjure the principles of its government as to enact a Sunday law, or say, Sister Why say your mind, Wapu na mamu sheye, say, Obesha Sunday, Kweseda Maranoa. Your mind so our can United States. Sister Why it's never United States. Protestantism will, in this act, join hands with Popery. And it is a United States. Epo ne mrano na mamrano I can constitution. Na what she Sunday law. The why any say what in the Sakwakochia Pope. Pope nso ye Roman. It is a Pompey. Ano. Or in Sakwakochia Pope. It will be nothing else than giving life to the tyranny which has long been eagerly watching its opportunity to spring again into active despotism. Or see, the children say, and Chile, the Chilepan say, to me, no idea to more ding. I best say, Yankopon Crow for a time, if you 538 to 1798. Ata Yankopon Crow for one some working, so to me. Yes, I have a man on coffee for being. And written a major will say, once I am not United States and I act as King of the North. But I know King of the North na Kasawa Beji, Assyria, never be King of the North. And it is a United States Sunday law. Pope na Kasana Beji Akuyan. Pope na Kasana Beji Akuyan. A sap of a penitentiary. Nebasana Eddie, a Chimodina, a D. Kadi Jumano, a says sin was to be. And not Thessalonica for my tosso, you know. Side is one much channel, me channel no so. I was Daniel articles, maybe. Thessalonica for my tosso, 2 Thessalonians. $18 or say, my friend verse 5 or say, Monkai send woman chain, Mekai Muyenu, Monkai send woman chain, Meka mu Yenumana, Nafi be a sick man. Munim say, obey Medi, Librim. Nemra 20 Tassamno Enya a year, Juma. Now, so just say, were ye dear or dasu sick wine free every intermonsa. Ne no ansana will be dear only brana dean. There are didn't a new becuno. Now, ordin a bar no pre, being hokra. 9. Or no sooner, Nebano. It's 9 say, yes to Nebano. Or Bano Satan admire eso by Brofono Ekano. My making kind Brofono and chill, may say me am Brofono Bible no ha. Well, see, his coming is after. And then you say, yes, neighbor say Satan, my so. The one say, or no sooner Nebano. Echi or bano or say or no son nebano. The all bano Satan do my yes one echi. Sanet etiwa. A truth to me, any century near who dread ye name. And the one here I know, every mawa mistake of verse 9 chimon. Verse 9 chimon or no son nebano or ban or ba no Satan edumaye so echi. Eti Yesu Kristo ba obra Satan be na djuma achi. Eti Satan djuma ye achi ni ye. Satan djuma ni ha. The wonderful work of Satan. Sunday no. Achi na Yesu beba. Anti sana Thessalonica for woman no. Kana ha. It's like a kind, it's like a kind testimonies, volume 5. Also, by the decree of enforcing the institution of the papacy in violation of the law of God, our nation would disconnect herself fully from righteousness. And he said, United States, Eshemra, say, ye found for Pope, the question of someone. And ye, United States, acting what retaining cry. Aha. And he said, United States, share Sunday law. Hey, let us say, what free tin when Protestantism shall stretch her hand across the gulf to grasp the hand of the Roman power, when she shall reach over the abyss to clasp hand with spiritualism. It is a Protestantism in the United States. What in sa so Roman to me a pope. Now certain is a so and some a United Nation. When under the influence of the threefold union, and the Ahano, and you be a 2 4 years of my carbon. Threefold union. The threefold union here. United States of America, Pope, and then United Nations. Say Kwemians and was say Omunsu Sanson when under this threefold union, our country shall repudiate every principle of its constitution as a Protestant and Republican government. It was say, sad to me and say, no, I can't United States obey repudiate, obey the constitution, you know, obey say no. Ne mamu, ne marano, you or the Buma say, am I your family Christosum chakan? I know the mass are hinianu, a general and answer of a sen, and I know the ma hinina a bon. And shall make provision for the propagation of papal falsehood and delusion. There will be a crime, Pope, natural, and in a nada. Then we may know that the time has come for the marvelous working of Satan, and that the end is near. Oh, and what can Hano? She said that Thessalonica can say, marvelous work of Satan. Bonsama wo adwuma no na ebehu se awiye na aduru enti anuanom Daniel 11 na yesuan ma ya bokosema edi enim kakran sana ya hye Sunday law no ewo se ehu sa bakosem wi sana yehuduru yehu se apa ebre na be eno ti na midnight cry no sa panyum tokwa wi no si ehu pe 10 we na ko ni bia wa ma on board no say ayeka for Sunday law no eno na di Sunday law beba ko de ma Roman for munamfam mu no omokoto share a serious no panium tokwa no mention eti addition we ye de besia na yakopon boy atoaso from verse 17 no echo Daniel 11 no wasem na making na fe ya kono kakranka enti says in Daniel 11 verse 16 no and yesua no bra Pompey ebedi a serious so echo ebeye king of the north I'll be into me in and sanity say United States share Sunday law. Or better that we are seeing now, we are seeing now the Sunday law too. To be into me, you know, sir, and running. I just say yes, and I rather say on a day or how soon, not in any room. I rather say, insurance. Yeah, vampire. Yes, we do my for that was so I can't hold like this. You know, now because I church, we see young Daniel near this anymore. Now, yes, you are a boy in Kenya. And now my English is or question. Let them have summer, make a baby and make some or swab on mobile. Nafi Koswa can't and the fuck no more adwuma no sɛ bɛyɛ no korɛte saa a dɔɔso mpo kyɛn kɔ akrata no metimi ne ɔmo asua abɛbia gyaa adɔfoɔ nso a sua sese no kura nyinaa bɔ w'anim na wɔkyerɛkyerɛ nso bɔ w'anim sɛ wobɛhyɛ yɛn de na bɛma yɛn deɛ ne nyansa bitimi akyerɛkyerɛ wo ma abɛbia wɔn a wɔti kyerɛ wɔn na ma wɔn kyerɛ sɛ wɔ Yesu din mu